Hello, welcome to Believe in the Land. My name is Andy Billman. Check out everything we do on believeintheland.com. Go to Instagram at official Cleveland Sports, all part of the Believe in the Land media company. Today we talk to you about Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. There will be several topics that are going to start to be talked about here as we head into the draft, which is only less than a week away. We're also going to be talking about free agency, what to do about Karis LeVert, what's the development of Evan Mobley, what's the development of the relationship between Garland and Mitchell? What is Mitchell going to be doing next year for the Cavaliers? He's our new leader. What is the status of Jared Allen, supposedly going to get bigger and hopefully do better things on the floor, especially with rebounds? All these are important topics. But if you ask me truthfully, Andy, what do you think is number one in the off-season of things to do? I would say, who is the small forward? You have four players who could clearly start. Four. Garland, Mitchell, Mobley, Allen. You do not have a small forward. We don't, as Cavs fans. We don't. Cavs need to figure out what to do at small forward. Even with all those other things that I just mentioned, all should be pointing to what did the Cavaliers do for a small wing. They last year tried to really rotate in a Isaac Okoro. They tried to rotate as a combo guard, Karis LeVert, who's not a small forward. And then they brought in Chetty Osman and Lamar Stevens. These are guys who are not starters in the NBA. The Isaac Okoro, put in Karis LeVert aside, because Karis LeVert really is a bench guy or a starter as a guard. I don't see him as a combo, as a small forward wing. So for this conversation, let's put Karis LeVert aside. And I actually like Karis LeVert. But for this conversation, it's about who is going to play small forward. So before we get our dream list and our wish list, here's one thing I want to say. Cavs have a limited budget, as all teams do, but the Cavs have a limited budget because of all the money they've spent. They really need two small forwards. I want to repeat, I think the Cavs need two small forwards, not just one. I think they need two. Because in today's NBA, they put such an emphasis on that position that getting two is more important than just getting one big guy to fill that role. So the Cavs are going to have to really think and have to get creative about who that person is, and this is more likely people. Because I think they need two. I really do. I think you can't just put all into one person. You're going to need to get multiple in there. Someone who's a capable starter and someone who's a capable backup to complement what you'll have on this team. Isaac Okoro was attempting and tried to be that starting forward last year at the wing. His size does not allow him to do that. Isaac Okoro, in my opinion, has gotten to that point where I think I know who he is. I know there are some that believe he can still develop and have upside. I am not as much a believer as that. I think Isaac has kind of hit his limit of who he's going to be. I think Isaac Okoro can do very good things when they're playing smaller teams. When they play teams that like to play three guards or have a smaller lineup, Isaac Okoro actually really fills the role in well defensively. Offensively, he is limited. Haven't seen much growth there, just little things. So that's Isaac Okoro. I think they're going to have to figure out what his role is as well going forward. It should not be as a starter. It's not fair to Isaac. It's not fair to the team. Isaac needs to get more reps doing things off the bench, and frankly, probably needs to be coming on the floor in defensive matters when he can play as a guard, because that's where he is at best. He's better at being a defensive guard than he really is playing as a wing. I just didn't see enough from Isaac where I just don't see this big growth. He is not a big guy for a wing at all. In fact, he's very small for a wing. So I think that's the number one thing. I don't think there's much more of a road here for Isaac Okoro. I would look to probably move him. Then you have Chetty Osman and you have Lamar Stevens. These are very easy guys to break down. Osman's offense, for offense. He's wonderful offensively. Great in transition. Can shoot, pass, and create his own shots at times. Stevens is great defensively. If you need a guy to give you a burst of energy on defense, I would tap Stevens immediately. I think Stevens and Osman have roles, as what I just mentioned, on this team coming off the bench in certain games. I actually like the guys like that. These are not starters. These are not guys who do other things on the other end of the floor. Osman is a huge defensive liability. He gets blown off the ball a lot defensively. Even though he is a small forward, he does not defend well at all. And Lamar Stevens, offensively, he can actually defend at small forward. Lamar Stevens is actually pretty good defensively. Offensively, though, he does not give much. He's usually left wide open because teams do not trust him to do anything offensively. And that's fair because he really can't produce offensively as a player. So what I would do for the Cavs is try to figure out a way how to move on from Okoro. I just don't think it's best for him to be here. If they do bring him back, I think he needs to be coming off the bench full time out. And again, the Cavaliers need to figure out what to do with small forward. For guys and names to mention, I like Bates Diop out of the Spurs. I think he'll be an affordable player. I do see upside in Bates Diop. I liked how he played last year for the Spurs. I think I saw a guy on an uptick. And again, a guy that's not going to break the bank. So you can pick up a Bates Diop and then possibly get someone else too that's not going to break your bank, and you'll be able to do other things in free agency. And that's what you want to do here. Bates Diop would be my major pickup. If you want to, like, okay, what's another name? I do like Kelly Oubre. I think Kelly Oubre is a good player. He's going to be coming out of Charlotte. I think he could do big things. I like him. I actually think Bates Diop has a better upside. But Oubre is also very good. I do like him as a player. I think he'll actually fit well in here in Cleveland because he won't be asked to do as much with who they have on the floor. I think Oubre will actually excel in that kind of environment. He's much more expensive, and a lot of people see a lot more upside with Oubre. But I think Bates Diop, Oubre would be the guys I would kind of circle. Oubre is more expensive. Bates Diop, I think you can get for a good price, and that again will allow you to have someone to come in behind him. There was a report today here on Friday the 16th that from Cleveland.com from Chris Fedor that looks like there's a possible trade going on with the Cavaliers going up to the first round. If they were to do something like that, I would tell you, I think you're looking at hopefully a small forward in that position. Hopefully it's something like that will be able to come in there and play small forward. If they were to trade in the first round, they better be drafting a small forward. I don't see anywhere else you would really want to pick up there. You're certainly not going to do a center. The Cavs are very guard heavy already. What they have. I mean, I guess you can pick up a guard if you want to, but you can never have enough sometimes. It feels like in the NBA. But truthfully, if they do trade up to the first round, as Chris Fedor is mentioning, it should be for a small forward. Go to BelieveInTheLand.com. We'll be doing more Cavs things over here over the summer as we get closer into the fall. Enjoy your weekend. Again, go to BelieveInTheLand.com. BelieveInTheLand.com. Have a good day.